Hey Gemini, I'm not at home, but I thought I'd jump up here and give y'all a quick message, let y'all know what's going on, what it is that you don't see. Don't forget to click that like button, guys. Gemini, I'm hearing that you have been this light in somebody's life. I'm hearing that you've been doing some really nice things for this person, going out of your way, maybe to open the door, help them with their groceries, cut their grass, whatever it could be. But you've been doing something that somebody really appreciates. Okay. And I'm hearing like this person didn't have to pay you to do it. You just did it out of the kindness of your heart because you're a good person. That's what I'm hearing. Like you just did it because you saw that somebody needed to help this person and you felt like, well, you're there. You might as well be you, right? Now, because you were so kind to this person wants to do something kind for you, because they've seen that side of you. It's contagious. It really is. We don't realize how we affect other people. And it's true. Have you ever been around somebody and they're rude and everything and it just makes everybody else around them become rude and anxious and angry and they try to get everybody else to be angry and then you see somebody that comes into a room and they're so nice and considerate and they make everybody else want to be nice and considerate. Well, that's you. You have this effect on people, and it's not just this person. I'm hearing it's with everybody. And this person sees it. They see that you're that kind of person that you can affect other people. And because you're so kind and so nice, they're looking at you and they realize everybody else around you becomes kind and nice and considerate. People start pulling in their chairs, pushing their chairs under the table. People start opening doors for each other. And this person realizes that it's because of you. You spread that kind of energy. There's people who spread negative energy, and there's people who spread positive energy. And it's you. You spread positive energy. You spread harmony. You spread peace everywhere you go. You show kindness, and everybody around you wants to be kind. And other people want to start showing kindness because they see you doing it. Even if these people are older than you, it doesn't matter. You know, you have this way, this power, this influence on people. And this person that you have been so kind to, I'm hearing that they're so appreciative of your kindness that this person wants to add you to their will. And I'm hearing, yeah, it might not be a large amount of money. So we're not talking about billions and billions of dollars. No, we're not talking about that. But it's definitely something that's going to make you comfortable. That's what I'm hearing. And if you play your cards right, I'm hearing that it could become bigger, you know? Depends on what you do with the money. And I know I've said this before. Anytime I've come across these kind of readings, I know I've said this before where, you know, it doesn't matter how much you get, it's what you do with it that matters. And it's true. Somebody could take some money and then they could take that money and double it and keep working toward doubling it, right? Another person could take that money and they could spend it and then it's gone, you know? So it depends on how you use it. And the thing is, I see you using it very well. So, and I hope I help influence you in that direction, It's like you spend $6 to buy a chicken. I'm just gonna use this as an example. You spend $6 to buy a chicken, and that chicken you start growing chicks of your own, and the next thing you know, you're making $600 off of that one chicken. Something like that. $500, maybe not that much. It depends, right? But regardless, I see you doing something like that, like taking that money and making it grow, making it become something bigger. And this person wants to be a part of that. They want to be a part of that for you because of how you've been so kind to them. you know. And this person could be an older person, okay? This could be somebody that you've met through some kind of organization at church, I'm thinking. Um, but this person has their eye on you and they really see how you affect everybody and they love the way that you're so polite. The thing about this is that this person made the mistake of telling somebody near them. Now, this other person that they told could be a lover, a younger lover. It could also be their own child. But they let somebody know that they were adding you to their will, and that person doesn't like it. Okay? That person doesn't like it. I see this person as really trying really hard right now to change that person's mind. Okay? They've been really going out of their way to try to change that person's mind. They've been also like going to other people to try to get them to help them change that person's mind. They might have said something to this person like, "Why don't you just pay? Why don't you just pay Gemini? Give them an hourly wage and that's it. For whatever they've done for you." And the thing is that this person doesn't want to do that because it's not in the same spirit. Does that make sense? Like if they pay you, like if they were to pay you for the things that you've done for them, it's not in the same spirit. It's like they're paying you for a service, right? But because of your energy, because of the way that you're so kind and you spread that positive energy everywhere you go, this person wants to spread that kind of energy. They want to stay in that kind of energy where people are kind to each other. People are polite to each other. People help each other. They want to add to that spirit. That's why they want to leave you something in their will, you know? To keep that kind of spirit going, to feed into that positive spirit. It's important to them. The thing is that this other person, they don't understand that. They don't see it. They don't see it. They don't understand it. This is something that they don't understand. They don't understand that positive concept of how people influence each other and how we do things for each other. And by that person adding you to their will, keeps that spirit of giving and helping growing, and that's what they want to do. They want to participate in that. They want to give back to you. So this person would like some of their parts of whatever it is that they own, they want it liquidated. So they want it liquidated and they want them to give it to you. So the thing about that is that this third party, the one that's upset about it, I get a very bad vibe from that person, okay? I'm just going to tell you. I get a vibe of, greed from that person. I just feel like this person's not going to stop, okay? They're not going to stop anytime soon. I see them as trying to, like, influence anybody that's involved in this. So they might even try to influence the lawyer or influence a judge or something like that. But I don't feel like it's going to work. Okay? I just feel like that's what they're going to try to do. They're constantly going to be trying to do this. So, what Spirit wants me to tell you is to keep going. Keep being you. Don't do it because you're going to be in this person's will. No. And I know that's not why you're doing it. But Spirit wants you to keep going because it's a chain reaction. You're creating a chain reaction. Despite what this person's going to try to do, they're not going to win. Because that person they're in their right mind. You know? They're in their right mind. Everybody that knows that person knows that they're in their right mind. And whatever that other person is going to try to do or try to influence, it's not going to work out. But Spirit wants you to keep going. Because it's like the more that you spread this energy. I'm sorry, I'm going to pause real quick. Alright, I guess I'll just cut that part out. Sorry about that, guys. A train, I'm right next to a train. And it just decided to come by right now. Spirit wants you to keep that spirit going, that spirit of giving, helping, sharing, doing everything that you're doing. Keep going, because it's like the more that you give into the world's going to give back to you. So it makes me feel like this is not going to be the only time that somebody's going to do something like this for you. It makes me feel like somebody else is going to come again. It's like spirit wants you to know that the more you give into the world, the more kindness that you give into the world's going to take care of you back. You know, through the people that you're affecting. You know, that's what I'm hearing. Anyways, guys, this is your message. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of this reading. I thought I'd just jump up here and give y'all a quick reading. I'm still doing my little fundraiser, and even if it's only $5, every little bit helps. That's for sure. And I'll leave that description in the. I'll leave all the information in the description, the PayPal, the Cash App, all that information there, and I would greatly appreciate that. If you haven't heard, my daughter's in the hospital, and if you could pray for her. We still don't know if she had a stroke or not. They're doing tests. Apparently, it has to show up in the test for them to confirm it. So I don't know much about that, but they're working on that, and they started her on some blood thinners, and they're giving her medicine for the pain and stuff. Oh no, they're not giving her medicine for the pain. They're actually giving her something else. I forgot what it's called. It's not like a heavy pain pill or something. They're giving her something else. I forgot what it was. She told me. Anyways, just keep her in your prayers, and I'd appreciate that. And catch me in the next one, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.